Welcome to the UDP broadcast, a podcast where a group of friends get together and offer both informed and uninformed opinions on gaming related topics. I'm your host, Luminari, and I'm accompanied today by the co hosts, Imee, the Eternal Barcode,
Hello, everybody. I am on a podcast.
and from the Emerald Dream and now Plunder, I think.
Bias pillager.
Oh, yeah. The Fire Split Pillager, Reyna, the Crit Chicken.
Well, no, Hunter right now, but
Uh,
yeah, crit chicken is right. Um, hey guys, just trying not to die out here.
so,
You might want to log out somewhere safe for the podcast
No, I'm
duration.
I'm fine. I can multitask. I ordered Chinese food while I was playing this game. I'm good. Always saying,
Is that the
always.
litmus test? If you could order Chinese food while doing something else, you're good.
I mean, I
Like-
guess so. All I was doing while I was putting in my order for Uber Eats was like, staying alive, shadow melt. Because I dismissed my pet, literally. I was
Mhm.
like, give me a moment. And then I went, "Phoop, getting my food. Dismissed. And I was like, nobody can see me. Yates.
Awesome. Episode 43, Night at the Space Casino. But before we do any of that, we have important words from our barcode.
Hello. So, if you stick around, watch some ads, donate bits, subscribe, make donations, or anything like that, 10% of all revenue goes to the Trevor Project, and the mission of the Trevor Project is to end suicide among gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and questioning young people. And just a quick reminder, this is an opinion show that does not reflect official company policies or views. In other words, we are poor, please don't sue us. And yeah, we love you. Unless you're like someone who's a complete dick as a game company. And this open season. Anyways, hi, let's go.
I could segue into like any topic we have tonight with that.
I know.
Well, except for one, and we'll go ahead and start with that one though. I'm more interested because I've only played the game a handful of times. My oldest has played it a bunch and played it into the ground, and I know you have too. So
I've
favorite.
I've
never touched it.
never, my son has, but it was funny because my son was like, can I get this? I'm like, oh, Usher died. Sorry.
Talking Factorio.
Oh no, I haven't played that one, and I haven't played the other game either. So I mean, yeah, no, nope.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Roblox first.
Well, we can do either. It doesn't matter. But yeah, but now that we mentioned it, Roblox. That's an interesting thing. There being there's a class action complaint against them for participating in illegal gambling involving children, which I believe they said that is because they illegally profited from minors, and that violated the Racketeer Influences and Corrupt Organizations Act. And that's one of the things, one of the troubles you get into as a platform that offers a service to developers to develop what they want and to make money off of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, my personal experience with Roblox is my kids keep asking for Robux, and anybody who's watched this show for 42 episodes know that microtransactions and in-game currency are not okay with me.
Yeah, like Monopoly Go and stuff like that. Hey, for $2 more, you can get 400 dice rolls.
You can replenish your stamina so you can play this game more for 99 cents. It's a dollar. It's fine. Go for it. We'll give you 20 more energy.
Yeah, it's just $1. You won't miss that dollar. You don't need it.
Clarify what Roblox is for those of you that have never touched it or have heard about it in passing. It is a delivery platform for game experiences, and game experiences are made by independent developers. So their role in all of this is that they facilitate the platform, the tools, and things needed to create the experiences that the developers want, and they also do all of the transactions between the in-game currency, from Robux to dollars and so forth and so on. So that's how developers get paid. They make their own transactions, and people who play Roblox, and mostly younger individuals, pay in Robux to get in-game items, and then the developers cash it out. What's being claimed right now is that there are Roblox gambling sites, and you can connect your Robux wallet. I didn't even know that was a thing, right? Because now we're starting to dip into like
Crypto.
cryptocurrency. Yeah, but it's not crypto at all. It's just a Robux wallet, and
Ugh.
yeah, it's dumb. And children can go and place bets with Robux.
Mm.
And parents just don't know. They're like, "Oh, you need Robux? No problem. Here, I've added money to your Microsoft account, your PlayStation account. I've here's a Roblox gift card." Unbeknownst to them, because kids don't tell you where they go. They're often
Nope.
they're gambling.
Oh, this is not the first time they've been in trouble with gambling either. Because there have been complaints in the past that they were essentially just using child labor because most developers on that platform are kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember they got in trouble because, or at least there was a complaint against them because kids are, providing them with free product that they turn around and then sell, and they weren't paying these developers. So anybody who makes something for Roblox sees no portion of the profits that are generated. So when you make something for someone else for free and they turn around and sell it on you, that's scummy to begin with. But when you start encouraging people to work more and more and more and more, while at the same time providing no tangible benefit for you, that comes across as, I don't know, slave labor.
It does, and it's self-inflicted too. I mean, they're kids and they don't know how to run a dev shop at
Well,
all.
I wouldn't even say it's self-inflicted. They don't even know what's going on. They don't know that they're being used because they're kids.
Mm-hmm. And mind you, when we say that, so with Roblox, the only partnership that they actually have is that developers submit stuff, and if they collect Robux, then the developers can cash out said Robux for dollars, right? And children who are smart and learn the Roblox studio language or the tools or C# or whatever it is they decide to tool up their module with. Again, and I've read and I did a lot of research on this when it came out. There's an actual YouTube video which I'll link somewhere inside the Discord server for you, where Roblox was trying to silence these YouTube creators because they were shining the flashlight pretty bright in their dark closet, right? But I think some of the most interesting story I read has to deal with a team of children who were trying to do a Sonic type Roblox module, and some of the horror stories that came out from the young developers working for this team, which ended up getting DMCA'd all to hell from Sega. But
Rip.
all that work gone. Sorry.
What did you learn, kids?
Mhm. So,
Trust.
Plagiarism is bad.
well, there's
Don't
some.
trust Sega.
Well, there's so much shovelware on Roblox anyway. I mean, and the kids in their older age now even tell me it's like, man, it is hard to find a good game on here. You weren't kidding when I was doing this at 5. I thought Snow Shoveling Simulator was the best thing on the planet. Now, like everything's Snow Shoveling Simulator. And I was like, I was like, it's not pronounced snow, it's pronounced shit. It's shit shoveling simulator.
Could you imagine the when getting knocked out of the sales, like, Sonic having the rings knocked out of him? Like, imagine those kids just having like the ring sound effect.
Oof.
So, but yeah, no, Roblox has its own problems for sure. This is interesting, an interesting way to approach it legally, because they're facilitating the exchanges of money, and they were talking in this article on Game Developer whenever developers cash out their Robux, Roblox keeps 30% of that money.
Ew.
So they're under no inclination to ever stop them at all.
No, of course not. And you don't care how badly people burn themselves out so long as you're getting your 30%. Like
My
as a
son
company, sorry, go ahead.
my son asked me for some money to get Robux, and I'm like, how about you save that up and buy something IRL that actually lasts longer? Huh?
Yeah.
So he went to Walmart and got himself a new bike. It's like, good boy, you're learning.
Yeah, there is a way better tangible benefit with a bicycle than there is with Robux.
Because he likes riding his bike to school, and he thought the other one was getting rusty and old. So
So here's something
Yeah.
interesting in chat. Says, well, if my country banned gambling in GTA 5 online, really before the gambling update, why not ban Roblox at this point by gambling? And he's not wrong.
That sounds like something you should bring up to your local legislators. Easy for me to say,
Hmm.
and ask them that question.
listen, it's the chain of command. If you get information about that class action, I want to know about it. So any money that they have, I can have. So it goes back to me in my wallet. And
And
because in turn I gave it to my son. I know he spent money on that game, so I want my money back.
Speaking of money back, on somewhat related but not really related, Canadians got a chunk of money back if you bought um, an optical drive. Back in the early 2000s, there was a price fixing scheme that went on to basically inflate the price of optical drives in Canada, and I got my $12.30 from the $40 million class action lawsuit.
Whoa, whoa, whoa now, Elon Musk.
Yep,
Calm down with your big bucks.
yep, it
that's
was
a
fantastic.
that's a couple coffees at Timmy's. I think it's worth it.
Oh yeah, you can
Absolutely,
definitely treat me to the dollar menu now.
hell yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's
Wait,
not
how
much
does?
else. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead first.
I was just gonna make a stupid StarCraft comment. It's all
Oh, okay. Well,
good.
those are the best comments. Yeah. So as far as Roblox is concerned, I mean, it's Tuesday. I'm not surprised, but I'm glad it's being done legally in this fashion because it's going to stick. It's like if Steam had to be real careful because there's a lot of gambling going on outside of Steam, but they're also not playing with Steam bucks.
No, but you do have the marketplace, and the marketplace.
And you can still get a Steam gift card. And people do put quote unquote games on Steam
Well,
that are fake games that people still pay for. And they're like, hey, I just got ripped off. What's going on here?
so a fake game getting ripped off would be different than essentially just encouraging people to gamble. It's just ripping people off. Um, yeah, I don't think they would be viewed as the same thing.
Yeah,
I
in fact,
know Steam gets away with their auction house or their market because it's essentially an auction house. There's no
Actually, I
real
think it's.
gambling there.
Oh, well, if it is labeled as gambling, I guess I can actually have a lawsuit against Robux or Roblox or whatever because gambling is essentially illegal in Florida.
mm,
We're having something, yeah, online gambling, I think, is what it is, or something. There's some kind of policy that you can't do online gambling in Florida,
yeah.
or you can't establish that. And if that's the case, I think I might have a case.
I think it just depends on where they're going to put the responsibility. I think Roblox would just be a facilitator of exchanging the money from these funds because their wallet is connected and they're playing with funny money as opposed to, well, I'm not saying it's not, well, it is kind of funny, but playing with in-game currency as opposed to US dollars. But at the end of the day, it's the third parties really driving all of this, and just the ability to connect your Robux account to anything else at this particular point to exchange um, your Robux for other goods and services is already going to cause trouble.
Yeah, I don't
So,
even think Neopets was like that. All you did was go to Claire's and get like a little stuffed animal to get something in game, and you're pretty much set. I mean,
man, Neopets.
hey, I played that game for.
Yeah, I remember doing that too. I'm almost afraid to log back into it,
Don't.
but I'm not. There's all kinds of, like, we already had the Neopets leak, like, a few months back. I'm good. So,
I'll settle with Kingdom of Loathing. Thank you very much.
Kingdom of Loathing.
Oh yeah, funny game. Really
I
old.
remember when
Really.
it came out that Neopets, their database, was under constant attack and like under a live attack.
Yeah,
So even if you
that's the
did
event.
change, yeah, so even if you did change your username and password, it was updating live, and the people who'd broken in still had live access to the database. They were seeing what your new password was.
Yeah.
Like, oof.
What's really bad about that is people will change it because unless you're actively playing Neopets, People who change it to something more current actually compromise literally every account that they have if they're using the same password. Which, by the way, always use different passwords for different things. And if you want to get really crazy with it, grab yourself a password manager.
Yep.
So here's your cyber security tip for the day from the UDP broadcast crew.
Dewey.
Yeah. So other than that, yeah, Robux, WTF, not okay. I hope that something is found and corrective action is taken, because there are a lot of developers that have made some really good modules for Roblox that deserve to get money off of that platform, even if Roblox is taking a 30% cut. But exploiting children, yeah, they're probably going to take the L on that one. That's just a prediction from me. So
One would hope so. It's been something that should have happened a long time ago, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't need a password manager. I have IME.
God damn.
What?
Password is 42.
Shh,
Oh.
great. Now I have to go change it.
just increment it by one. Nobody will catch on.
Exactly. Or 1337.
1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's amazing. That's the same combination as on my
You
luggage.
knew where I was going.
Absolutely.
So,
I have watched that movie. I love that movie.
mhm.
So, anyways, we had a show that we were talking about stuff and things.
Oh yeah, we did.
We were on track.
Yeah, but the Schwartz was with us.
Yep. So, in other news, Activision and Microsoft Microsoft is looking to sweeten the deal in the UK to allow them to buy Activision. And the way they're going to do this is they're going to sell off all of their intellectual property in terms of cloud gaming platforms and allow those titles on the Ubisoft platform. So for the next 15 years, if the deal's approved, all Activision Blizzard titles will then be available on Ubisoft. Ubisoft having a global presence, that's not so bad. A little awkward to see, WoW on Ubisoft, whatever the hell their platform thing is. Be a little weird, but you get used to it. But that's what they're trying to do, basically, just to, get around regulatory complaints and concerns by saying, hey, we'll sell off all of our Xbox cloud gaming stuff and we'll send that all over to them. They've already inked a deal with Sony for a 10-year deal to allow Activision Blizzard titles on the PlayStation Network as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So you will at some point see WoW and Call of Duty and stuff available on the PS Network.
In a streaming capacity.
No, I think they could probably make hopefully key binding or
Yeah.
I don't know what their actual cloud gaming portion is, but from what I understand, what it all entails, but from what I understand, it's basically the availability of all their games. Because there's Xbox Game Pass, right? So instead of that being limited to only the Xbox network, you would now have everything that's on Xbox Game Pass available around the clock in other platforms, and that would be Ubisoft would be the big one. So that'll be very interesting to see how they work that.
I'm still waiting for World of Warcraft, but in VR. Just go to the Goldshire Inn.
Oh no!
What?
Why did you say that?
What?
No, that is pure horny on Maine.
I mean, they do that in VR chat. I don't know what you're talking about. It's nothing new.
That's true. You are not wrong. I'm gonna go back to a simpler time where my brain didn't, or my brain pretended these things never happened.
No, but I see where they're going with that. That's interesting. It will open up a lot of opportunity for.
Let me read this off real quick. The agreement provides Ubisoft with a unique opportunity to commercialize the distribution of games via cloud streaming. The agreement will enable Ubisoft to innovate and encourage different business models in the licensing and pricing of these games on cloud streaming services worldwide. Ubisoft will compensate Microsoft for the cloud streaming rights to Activision Blizzard games through a one-off payment and through a market-based wholesale pricing mechanism. They pretty much wrote their own sales contract, is what they did. It's like, hey, yeah. So let's see here. Including the option that supports pricing based on usage. It will also give Ubisoft the opportunity to offer Activision Blizzard games to cloud gaming services running non-Windows operating systems. Okay, so they've pretty much just globalized the idea that, hey, you don't have to use xCloud to play these games. You can now offer it elsewhere. I know earlier this week there was an announcement that there was they were getting rid of games. Was it this week? It might have been last week where they were getting rid of Xbox Gold.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, like, your games with gold are gone. And I mean, you still have your games with gold, the ones that you've claimed, but there will be no further games with gold after that, so you can't claim them. And the entire idea is that as long as you kept up your Xbox Gold membership, you could access all the games that you've claimed throughout the years. And they're continuing that for those that still are paying for Xbox Live Gold with the like the base package of the Game Pass, the Game Pass. So you'll get like a subset of things that I think they're going to change out. I think it was quoted at like every quarter. So there'll be like 25 games that are constantly available on this, and it's priced reasonably too, as opposed to like full Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate, depending on where you're at, right? So, and that's on, and that leads back to cloud-based streaming, because I know Game Pass Ultimate allows you, and I think to a lesser extent, Game Pass, I'd have to go take a look, allows you to spin up an Xbox VM, and it streams from that instance of Xbox to your computer as a video feed, which is kind of neat. So you can actually connect your controller and play, which makes you able to play Xbox titles without being on an Xbox. So that's the entire idea behind the cloud streaming. I remember when they announced xCloud beta, and they were pushing people towards the Google Play Store to go download it. It was some neat stuff. I was playing was it Shakedown 3? No, it was Crackdown 3, the one with Terry Crews.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's it. That means I don't know what you're talking about, Lemmy.
Yes, indeed.
Think about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, just think the Old Spice guy is running around in a cyber suit, beating crap up with his fists. It was pretty cool.
I mean, that sounds legit.
It is. Lately, they've expanded their library and whatnot. Like, for example, my oldest doesn't have one of the newer generation Xboxes, but due to cloud streaming, he can stream it into his Xbox One X and be just fine, because Xbox One, there's just some stuff you can't play on the older hardware. And that's really neat. And the idea that they're giving them streaming rights, I don't know how that's actually going to work outside of xCloud, but I guess they're just paying based on usage from what this article is saying, and that's really neat. So they're allowing Xbox exclusive or potential Xbox exclusive items that they were afraid of on other platforms via this service. So everybody gets paid and everybody's happy. And I think it's a great deal, to be quite honest. If when you think about it, because that allows more games in more people's hands, and it's very transparent to the user. Like all this other stuff that we're hearing about how all this is going down and the trades that everyone's doing is just the meat of the deal. As far as consumers are concerned, they won't know the difference. They said, "Oh, hey, check it out! I can actually stream games on my PlayStation or my whatever." So. And that's kind of what I'm getting out of this article that we got here off of, what was it, Icy Veins?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was looking at, and I was like, I wanted to make sure that that's what was going on. I did not take a look at it. I didn't expect to actually talk about this tonight. So.
Well, now we are.
Yeah.
Sorry, I stepped away and I had my character do a dance break.
That's
amazing.
Everybody's dying around me, and I'm just dancing in the middle of the room.
Goddamn. I've always been a fan of, I think every game should be available on every platform for as much exposure as possible for every developer. I always thought that game exclusives to consoles were garbage. It was the whole reason why I bought a PlayStation 1, which was for Final Fantasy VII, which is exclusive to PlayStation. It's the reason why I bought the original Xbox, because Fable was exclusive to just Xbox.
Yeah, I've always hated exclusivity. It's never made any sense to me other than to sit there and fuck over, players.
Oh yeah.
Like people that want to play the game, but they're like my manager, he wants to play World of Warcraft again, but he's like, I wish it came to console. Well,
Too many buttons.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, more people playing more games. I'm all for it. Makes me the happiest. Speaking of more games, Amy, why don't you talk to us about that Factorio update?
So Factorio has just announced a new expansion that is going to make the game fundamentally different. And what they mean by that is you are now going to continue on the story. So if you don't know, in Factorio, you are on a planet. Your single goal or two-phased goal is one, to survive, and phase two is get the hell off that planet by launching a rocket ship. Now, in the current iteration of the game, once you launch a rocket ship, you win the game and you can keep playing if you want. Well, with this new expansion called Space Age, or Factorio Space Age, you now get to play in space and you will have various asteroids that you'll be able to farm for or mine for various resources, and you'll be able to strap engines on some of them and whatnot, fly around space. The big difference between the two is Factorio Space Age is going to cut out a lot of that grind between the current game and the new expansion, and also there is one of the people involved with this update, a person by the name of Irindel. They actually have a mod for the game that makes the game like a million times harder, and they actually spoke in this blog post about the differences between their mod and the game and this new expansion. And really, their version of the game is basically it's like if you've ever played XCOM, it's like XCOM Long War or Long War of the Chosen. It's just a really elongated version of the game that takes about 150 to 500 hours to complete. Whereas the normal game, the developers are looking for 80 to 100 hours to beat the new expansion. So it'll be interesting. A lot of the turbo grindy stuff is going to go away, and it should make things a little bit better and a little bit more fun. So I'm definitely going to check that out when it comes out, because I think, like most people involved in Factorio, the factory must grow.
Yeah, I remember reading some of the articles on that, and it's actually been in the works for a while, and it was so big they didn't want to release it with 1.0, so they made sure 1.0 is finely tuned. And I think they're bringing back their Factorio Fridays. What was that event? You just posted something in Discord about it. Let's see here.
Oh, I don't remember.
I'll look because it's actually titled. Hold on. Friday Facts, number 373. Let's see here. Oh, it's on a video and it didn't embed, so.
Rip.
Yep, you embedded no, that's from Factorio itself. Crazy. Either way,
Yeah, I was gonna say I should have worked.
well, maybe my computer derp.
That is always possible.
Yep. So, but yeah, it looks really neat. The image that they have here and like the little animated GIF, because I actually went to the site to go take a look at it, has this like flying chunk of rock, and if anybody's ever played Factorio, you know, like they have the little robot arms that will unload stuff from a conveyor and put it into a chest or into an assembler or into a furnace or into wherever. And it has this floating rock, and it's demonstrating this debris coming at it, and these little flexible robot arms going out and grabbing all the things and doing kind of that while it's strapped to a jetpack flying through space.
Huh.
Yeah, I know, like,
I didn't watch the video. I
oh,
probably
it's,
should have.
well, it's if you let's see here, if you just click on the hold on, let me,
I will definitely go check it out. I never actually I just read the article and read the blog post, and I never actually watched the video because, I'm always prepared.
Oh, it's the one from PC Gamer. Yeah. So here, I will copy this and not copy link. Oh, it is a video. Yeah, it's just a looping video. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you can check it out. Like you have little green arms flying fast. You got these little flexible arms going out and grabbing space debris and all kinds of stuff. Here, I'll drop this link inside of news discussion, so that way you can just go grab it. You go take a look for yourself, real quick. But they're adding like what? Up to 10 sciences, I think is what? No, they're not adding 10 sciences. I think that they said that they're actually going to increase the count up to 10 sciences. And there are 3 different worlds that they plan for you to explore in any order, and which order you do it in counts. And it provides a challenge to exploit the worlds in different ways, which is kind of neat. Did you see the little image?
And slowly loading.
Yeah, it's somewhere near the bottom of the page, or bottom of the article.
Why are you not loading? My internet is being fantastically awful.
Oh, nice.
Are you talking about like the research tree with the different planets?
Oh no. No. Here, I think it might be better if I just shared my
Probably.
screen.
My brain has stopped processing.
Barcode has stopped working.
Barcode.exe has crashed and needs to restart.
Okay, one moment. And where's my share button? Share button. We'll do screen and this one. And boop. There you go.
What you talking about, Wiz? Oh, it was an animated GIF. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause-
I wish it was. I can't grab it. It's a video.
Oh well, yeah, it's a MPEG animated GIF bullshittiness. But yeah, okay. Yeah, because I was only reading the static page from like the blog post, not the actual PC Gamer article. So interesting. That's kind of adorable.
It is. I mean, you get to fly your own space chunk to different planets. I know they were talking about space platforms, and they're expecting
You should
this.
show chat that.
I should? All right.
Yes, because it is a fantastically animated GIF.
Well,
Well,
let me see.
animated MPEG.
Hold on. Let me grab that. There we go. All right. Transition. Boom. There you go. Look at that.
Isn't that fantastic? Look at this little thing.
Yeah, I know. Like they're all like little space noodles.
Yep, it is going to be disturbing when I start doing that again.
But they're saying that the length of the expansion is going to be equal to what the base game is. So that's going to give you any hint on what you're in for as far as how far. It's no longer how much your factory can grow. It's how far your factory can grow. We're talking like interplanetary factories and commerce and stuff. So.
Oh yeah. Like it's all about making the most ridiculous factories possible that that just have enormous environmental footprints. I mean, anytime Bomb and I get together to start, I usually have a list of blueprints I put down, including one that is like an entire rail system blueprint designed to bring ammunition to another rail system, which has like this giant freaking train filled with, I think it's about 1,000 or 1,500 artillery cannons on wagons.
Oh wow!
So the way the way this thing works is it spirals into the loading area and then spirals back on itself on the way out of the loading area. And then you have it go wherever the hell you want, and it just rains holy hell on everything nearby.
Yeah, I think I remember you showed me that one time. I think 2 years ago, where you had actually had one built, and it was this ridiculous setup. And it was like, okay, we're gonna load it up full of ammo, and we're gonna go defeat the bugs.
Yeah, it is unnecessarily large and unnecessarily complex for no reason really, other than hey, look, this looks like fun.
There's also an update that'll be released before the Space Age update. That if you read here, since I've already got it up on the screen, a lot of improvements will be for anyone who owns Factorio, not for those who buy the expansion. Those will include better controls for trains, better blueprinting, better flying, robot behavior, and a bunch of other stuff. So you're going to get an engine improvement. So it's kind of like when Vampire Survivors got their engine improvement, and all of a sudden things stopped lagging. So that's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to see the craziness and war crimes you're going to commit in Factorio when that happens.
It's not so much war crimes as environmental disasters, is what I do.
Okay, yeah, in that case, eco-terrorism? No, it's not really terrorism. Just,
No, it's just, environmental irresponsibility.
there we go. We're all
So it's
familiar with
like
that.
a game based on real life. Got it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Consume, build,
Absolutely.
consume, build, consume, build. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I am really, really awful for absolutely destroying every possible square inch of land in that game. Like, nothing escapes my wrath of just pure stupidity. Because, why not have the entire planet be destroyed? Because, I want a really big thing.
That's what she said.
Well, now
Heyo.
you're going to have it expanded out to 3 planets, plus the one that you start off on. So there
Yep.
you go. So,
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this.
Indeed. I think that the next thing we got on the list is the Starfield conversation. Which one do you want to start with on that one?
You can lead those off because I'm not entirely sure I understand what the hell is going on.
Okay. So we'll start off with the title screen. So title screens, you get them in every game. That's where you select what you want to do. 1 player, 2 player options. Start, continue. Erase, save game. That's where all the action happens before you hop into the action.
Okay, well,
And
that's about normal.
yeah. And one of the developers, I think, let me go pull it up now that it's like completely left my brain. It was from former Blizzard developer Mark Kern, and was saying stuff along the lines of, hey, DC Deacon, next time you and the lovely folks over at BGS, instead of rushing to make a game with many systems, factions, choices, and way to play, I would urge you to only focus on the title screen, so you guys won't appear to be hasty or simply didn't care. And the other comments, no, that was from Jassim, but the actual comments ended up being along the lines of Mark Kern talking about the title screen tells a lot about the development of the game. Starfield start screen either shows a hasty shipping deadlines by a passionate team overworked or a team that didn't care.
Oh, I remember seeing that on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that was such a poor choice of words. Holy shit.
Yeah, and then Pete Hines was like, "Oh, they designed what they wanted, and that's been our menu for years, and was one of the first things we settled on. Having an opinion is one thing; questioning out a developer's care because you would have done it different is highly unprofessional coming from another dev." So we've
Yeah. That was just.
Big
What
oof.
am I seeing? Like, what is this madness?
We're seeing it everywhere. Look what happened with Baldur's Gate 3.
Oof.
Other developers saying, I would have done it differently. They did the same thing to Elden Ring about their UI. Not specifically like the team that did this, but it's just all over the place. It's developers saying you're doing it wrong, but yet everybody loves it. Right?
Yeah, that's oof. That's a pile of oof.
It is.
Like, yeah, like if you're looking to make enemies in the development, games development world, you're doing a good job because holy shit, it's a small ecosystem if you think about it. There's, most game devs know someone else in game development who knows someone else, and I'm pretty sure you can play the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, and with just about anybody in that, environment, and you will find people who knows someone else who's really, a really high-end developer or well-known developer type thing, and it's a good way to shut doors before they've even opened to you.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
Like,
much.
in other words, keep your goddamn mouth shut.
Yeah, and I mean, the developers, believe it or not, talking on Twitter do carry some bit of influence, and saying stuff like this to throw shade isn't a good look, or it could cause grief to someone else. And it's just not a fun place. Now, if
Yeah.
I've seen the Starfield start screen, it's slick, and if you know anything about Bethesda, most of their start screens for their games are, I'm not going to say basic, I'm going to say um, streamlined and to the point. Like Skyrim, it has the Skyrim emblem to the right and the menu to the left, right? It's very
Yep.
well done. It's very fast, and you get into the game quick. Fallout. I think the last one I saw was Fallout 4, and and it was more than what I expected. They had this looping animation with the power armor inside of one of the first garages that you go to, right?
Okay.
Who cares about title screens? I don't know why I'm still talking about this banana tune.
I mean, look at my guild chat.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, F in chat. What does it say?
Oof. Who died? What's that? I
Krim
can't
has
read that.
Krim has died at level 20 while in 3 corners, slain by Tarantula. So pretty much Red Ridge. F rip,
Oof.
F bro rip, F no F in chat. Super rip.
Yikes.
Pulling 3 spiders. 20 to a spider. F. Go again.
That is all kinds of oofers.
So yeah, that's the thing is if someone dies in chat or if someone dies in a zone, all you just see is F spams for days.
Oof. No thanks. I
What?
respect people playing hardcore, just that is every last one of my nopes. No thank you. I could not do that. Because I would be driven insane in absolutely no time at all.
That's
I'm
why
having a
hardcore.
grand old time.
I know. I see you're even hopping around, shooting your bow and everything.
But you're also a glutton for punishment. You got to remember that.
I know.
Let's go ahead and wrap up the night here real quick. Last article also has to deal with Starfield, where they identified a 29-year-old Darren Harris as the person who leaked the 45 minutes of Starfield, and then proceeded to try to sell copies of both the regular edition and premium edition on the Japanese e-commerce platform. It looks like Mercury, Mercari, how it's spelled, and it's being booked at like 25.
Mercari.
Oh, is it Mercari? Okay. He was charged with theft of property value between $2,500 and $10,000
Oof.
and property value of $1,000 or less. And I don't know why this is in here, but I guess they just threw it in there for giggles. Possession of marijuana.
Oh, of course, because they would have found that during the search of the home, right?
I guess.
We've seen enough on patrol to see that actually happen. You planted that.
It's like, no, dude, the camera literally panned as was literally following the officer in and zoomed right in before the officer even like saw it themselves. Like, I know it does happen. I've legit seen footage of cops planting guns on suspects and whatnot, but in some of the cases where we've seen weed being like quote unquote planted, it's literally the cop is coming in, the camera is panning, and there on a table is this baggie of weed, and they're like, let me just zoom in on that shit. It's like, yeah, I don't think that got planted, bud. I'm pretty sure that was yours.
That was planted by somebody else, but you bought it, so.
Heyo.
Bud.
So yeah, so that's going to end our today in stupid people history. So like copyright rights and distribution rights are crazy, and if you're undermining all of that, I don't know, it is in Tennessee, So I guess you can set your expectations there. So, but yeah, that's it. This was a light news week, and not really much else to discuss as far as that's concerned. There's a few other things if you have interest on more of the Starfield stuff, and it's been how-to week. Armored Core has been released, so if you like stompy robots, there's a lot of top 10s and whatnot that you can go find on literally every gaming site right now because they're just churning out content. So let's get our... Yeah?
I skipped raid night to add level in hardcore. Look at me go.
Rip.
There you go.
Just all these people that died during our podcast. Come on now.
All right.
Hey, our podcast is fantastic.
It
Yes,
is.
kids, we're killing it out here.
Absolutely. Or other people are getting killed and we're laughing at it. Rip.
It's true. I mean, just downloading this deathlog add-on alone or whatever just makes the whole process even that much funny.
Good. All right. Crit, what you got planned this week?
Work and Warcraft.
World of Warcraft. Awesome.
Yes.
I will be doing a lot more Payday 2 because a friend of ours, Nito, has been getting into it a little bit. They were kind of curious as to what the game was all about. I think we played about one whole mission and maybe two missions, and it broke their brain, and I'm hoping they'll stick with it and keep playing it because it is a lot of fun.
Aha.
We'll see what happens.
Yep. I went ahead and I posted up Nita the Kitty on Twitch. Go give her a follow. She streams most Fridays. I think she tries to stream Fridays. And
Yep. I think that's when they're trying to do that.
Yeah, I had it going in my headset while I was doing other work related things, and it sounded like a blast between the friendly human and Keithion and Augie and yourself. It was pretty hilarious to listen to all of you do the things.
Oh, that was a riot. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. I think
you know what's different this time that compared to the other time that I was doing hardcore.
What?
I actually have my clothes on.
Ah.
Oh yeah, because you were doing the naked and afraid thing in WoW. Because you weren't like, if correct me if I'm wrong, but you weren't allowed to wear armor.
Yeah, and that's why I was streaming all the time.
Yeah.
I had to prove that I was a naked challenge.
Oof.
But
that's brutal.
Is that visible armor or no armor?
No, you can't even hide armor in classic. So it's literally.
What I mean is things that doesn't show up. Well, I guess every piece of armor shows up, so that would leave you with rings and bracelets and trinkets.
No, I didn't have any. I had my weapon and my pet. That was it.
Really?
Yeah, that is a whole pile of nope for me.
See, this person keeps chain pulling everything. They're probably gonna die. They keep stealing mobs from me too, so they're probably gonna die.
That's where you tag them and then let them aggro the mobs for you and then run away.
No, they're gonna die. I just know.
Well, Lumi's got some few things coming up. Starfield, for those of you that the premium edition should have access to it in the United States on August 31st, all the way into September 1st. Regular editions on the 6th for everyone else and available on Game Pass. So I'll probably have stuff up and going at the end of next week, which will be a lot of fun. I love space exploration games, and we're going to go on an adventure together for sure. Other than that, we'll be back next week for episode 44 of the UDP broadcast. Until then.
See ya, and don't die in hardcore, or else you'll have to go again. Or nerd rage.
So long, chat. Have a great night.